Can I perform too? Why not? If others believe you are Sparkle, then you are. Go, it's time for a show. These were the words spoken between Sparkle and an orphan, from the nameless actor to the nameless child. You have the power to become anyone, but also no one. If I were asked to grossly summarize Sparkle's character, then I would answer, she is Honkai's startled Furina. Except, unlike the great Archon who acted for the sake of her nation and citizen, Sparkle will be the exact opposite of that. As you might have guessed, Sparkle is a character in the play, a character who possesses countless masks. The abandoned girl story began from her unknown origin. Her life was devoid of purpose and meaning until she encountered a passing troop. From a distance, she watched a black-haired lady with twin ponytail, gracefully moving across the streets like a fish. Despite donning forest masks, they did not hinder her cries and laughter during her performance, captivating even the audience from afar. In the youth, she continued to watch the performance for countless days, but she remained an audience member, never stepping into the spotlight. That was until she worked up her courage to ask Sparkle the question that would forever change her life. Before the performance began, Sparkle handed her mask to the little girl. She encouraged the shy girl to perform the role of Sparkle in her stead, and so she performed haphazardly. Sparkle was fully aware that her imitation was far from perfect. Her inability cornered her to the verge of tears. The nameless actor gently consoled the little girl that she did well, for the audience didn't notice the difference. The nameless actor thus fully discarded her identity as Sparkle. In that unknown tiny world, the role of Sparkle now belonged only to the nameless child. Before saying her goodbye, the actor told Sparkle that if she truly wished to become an actor, then she should aim for a bigger stage, leave this place and aim to become even greater than the insignificant lady could ever be. And so, this was the story of Sparkle's past. How was it? Did you enjoy this story? Then let's try this one. The nameless girl's story began from her pitiable origin. As the last descendant of the puppet clan, the girl lacked the freedom to choose. She was born to live her life according to the dictate of the mask, as puppets were mere vessels for the mask. Her family legend has it that the longer a puppet dons a mask, the higher the chance of the puppet acquiring a soul resembling a true human. But this belief only applies within the scope of her clan. To outsiders, her clan was a cult that tried to resurrect the dead through the use of masks. The difference in perception caused her clan to die out. In the first place, the girl had no interest in becoming human. Being a puppet was not an unfavorable choice for her. Sparkle fully obeyed the command of the mask despite the risk of being hunted and executed. By the will of the mask, she needed to smile sweetly when happy, hold her forehead while crying, grit her teeth when angry, narrow her eyes when jealous, and make a scene when in despair. And depending on the situation, her voice needed to be cheerful when happy, mellow when expressing lyrical emotions, calm and assertive when making statements, strained when harboring hatred, and sorrowful when filled with grief. By obeying the mask, the puppet had seamlessly blended into society and even got herself a career as a playwright. Nobody ever suspected that she wore a mask. Having developed her own will, the puppet wondered if there were others like her somewhere in the world. If so, what kind of mask they would be wearing? Would their masks be different than her? Sparkle had no way of opposing her mask, but as a playwright, making her character on stage act differently was easy for her. Then one day, her daydream would turn into reality. One morning, the doorbell rang, but it wasn't her usual delivery person at the door. The people waiting at the door asked her if she was familiar with the mask. And so, this was another story of Sparkle's past. How was it? Did you enjoy the story? Good. There are many other versions of Sparkle's past, but by now you should have already realized that everything I've taught you were all fictions, written by Sparkle herself.
An abandoned orphan, a cursed little girl, the last descendant of the puppet clan. I can tailor it to the tastes of the individual.
Perhaps there's some semblance of truth somewhere, but it's difficult to verify the truth from imagination. After all, this is Sparkle we are talking about. A maestro of theatrics, the fool with 1,000 faces. She can become anyone as long as they believe her. Whoever Sparkle really was in the past is not important here. What matters is her passion to act as if those characters really exist. She wholeheartedly used her imagination to create countless scenarios for her own sake. She won't feel satisfied or perhaps safe until she can grasp the essence of the character without being influenced by others. It is only by understanding the character that she will be able to discern the logical and emotional motivation behind their actions. In Sparkle's eyes, the universe is filled with other fools with dubious intent, corrupt organizations that only cares for profit, and countless megalomaniac characters that have no heart for others. Who else but herself can guarantee that she won't stray from her path and become a character in someone else's story? Nobody. In short, Sparkle wants to understand everyone on the basis of zero trust. This is why Sparkle tirelessly imagined and immersed herself in the end. She admitted that the more she did it, the more addicted she becomes. The more she imagined, the more she gets absorbed in those characters. She used to think about living life just like in her stories, becoming an actor, traveling to unknown planet for performance, or creating a character with her own name. But then one day, she had a sudden realization. If you want to perform, there is no stage more captivating than life itself. If you have covered with Penacony, then I'm pretty sure that you, just like many others, including myself, were under an impression that Sparkle is a heck of a disturbing character. In my opinion, her intention could be considered good, but her way of doing things left a lot to be desired. Based on my understanding of the story, Sparkle wanted us to notice that behind the dazzling white light of Penacony, there's a pitch-black darkness urging to break out. Just like other Penacony guests, Sparkle has been telling us the moment we arrive in the hotel. She discreetly interacted with us by perfectly disguising as Sampo. Her intention here was to warn us to be careful about Firefly, to not put too much trust on her. Unfortunately, as we were swayed by Firefly's lofty ideals, Sparkle decided to take matters into her hands. She showed us that no matter how sweet a dream may be, nightmare will always exist. And perhaps many might have missed this due to crowded judgment, but the scene where Sparkle is roasting Aventurine also served as a hint toward us, the player. During the exchange, Aventurine openly admitted that he's working with someone from Garden of Recollection and the family, who were later revealed to be Black Swan and Sunday respectively. Last but not least, Sparkle dropped us a big hint that people who were killed in the dream does not necessarily mean they are dead in real life. Though Firefly and Robin's circumstances were special, I would guess that in reality they were just in a coma at the moment. Their souls were currently held hostage by the dead beast. Even while disguising herself, she's quick to tell us that she's trying to fool us. The world is already depressing enough as is. A little joke won't hurt.
I dig jokes. There's just too much sorrow and resentment in the world. Sure, jokes won't make the world any better, but they don't make it any worse either.
Perhaps Black Swan's interpretation of Sparkle is not too far off. Sparkle is like an innocent child. She wants to play and have fun. She hungered for people's attention and desired to be praised. Though Sparkle is a questionable character all in all, at the very least she will